Hey, welcome back to another video. Today we've got 8 signs that we're in a bubble, and also I'm going to tell you guys what I am doing about it. So just want to plug a couple of things. First of all, one thing that I want to plug is some of the links that I always plug down below. I want to plug those links because those are some ways that you can get some free money out here. There is a lot of opportunity out there. This is the land of opportunity. Despite what they say, make sure you go out there, find those opportunities. There's hundreds of dollars to be made down there, as well as on credit card offers. Don't listen to people who tell you any different. But anyways, that's the first thing I wanted to plug. Second thing I wanted to plug is my Facebook. I want to plug that really quick because we're trying to build a community of future millionaires, current millionaires, people who want to build a good life for themselves financially, physically, spiritually, and all of that. So anyways, let's get into these signs because we got some interesting stuff going on in the market, and I just want to show you guys what I'm seeing and then what I'm doing. I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing in my Roth IRA, what I bought, what I sold, and some different positions that I shifted around. So let's just go ahead and get right into the video. So this should be a pretty fun video. Number 1, Zoom is now worth more than Boeing. It's worth more than GM. It's worth more than Ford. It's worth more than Starbucks after shares gained 41%. So as of September 1st, Zoom was worth more than Starbucks, GM, Ford, and also Boeing. So if you guys look at the actual valuation on Zoom, Zoom's PE is sitting at 336 as of September 1st. So 336 PE. For those of you guys out there that don't know, what does that mean? 336 PE means that you are paying a price of 336 times what the business earns in a year. So in other words, if the business continued to earn that year after year, it would take you 336 years to make your money back. So in other words, it would take you until 2356 for you to make your money back on a Zoom investment. Same thing goes for Tesla as of September 1st. Tesla's PE was sitting at 320, which it's presumed that they will grow into that, but if they didn't, if they just stopped and they kept on making as much money as they made last year, which they've been profitable for 4 quarters, it would take you until 2340 for you to make your investment back on Tesla. That is a long time. And that would just be to make your investment back, or in other words, double your money. But as we know, the entire earnings of a company does not come back to the investors, does not get reinvested profitably. It does not always get paid out 100% as a dividend. So basically what I'm saying is, unless there's some massive growth in those companies, you would not see your money back before you die. Unless Neuralink and Elon Musk gets going, and then we'll be cyborgs and maybe that investment works out. But there's plenty of other ones that you can do that are a lot better. So anyways, number 2, Tesla hits a market cap higher than every other car company combined as of September 1st. So Tesla's market cap surpassed Walmart, one of the most profitable companies in the world. So that was a little bit much for me to handle. Let's get into some more signs. Number 3, suddenly idiots think they understand the stock market better than proven investors and proven investment principles. So I actually got a pretty interesting comment. You guys know that one of the best ways that I promote my channel is through the comments in the comment section. One comment that I left was that I shaved 75% of my Tesla position, and there was a bunch of people that just commented down below and they're like, oh, you're an idiot, this guy doesn't understand the stock market, why are you even in an investing channel? When people don't even understand like what investment actually means. They're talking about speculation. They're talking about, oh, I bought something at one speculative price and it went even higher, so that's a good investment. That wasn't an investment. That's like me going to the roulette wheel, winning, and saying, oh, that was a good investment. It wasn't an investment at all. It was a bet that went right. So I just want to make that distinction between an investment and a bet that goes right. Because what we see right now in the market at these prices are bets that have gone right, and they're starting to go wrong. Sign number 4 that we are in a stock market bubble is Tesla selling its own stock and Elon Musk saying that the stock is too high. Now, if a company is selling more stock than it's selling cars, that is a sign to you that they have a smart management team that's trying to put cash on the balance sheet, and they're trying to say, hey, let's take some of this overvalued stock, sell it out because people are going ridiculous after the stock split, which if you guys don't know what a stock split is, that is when a company takes its stock. It's like taking a pizza and cutting it into 5 pieces. They did a 5-to-1 stock split. It's the same pizza. It's not worth any more. Basically what Elon Musk did was he said, I will sell you this overvalued stock so that I can put some cash on my balance sheet so that I can grow my business faster and further, so that eventually we can grow into this valuation. But I think that was a good move. I'm still holding some Tesla shares, or actually I should say partial shares at this point, because I did trim down this position significantly, but we'll get into that later on in the video. So number 5 here in my notes, as stated early, Tesla hits a PE ratio of 320 and Zoom hit a PE ratio of 336. So like I said before, Tesla would take you until 2,340 to make your investment back, and Zoom would take you until 2,356 for you to make your investment back. So that is a terrible rate of return. You could do better in real estate. You could do better in a lot of things. People don't understand that buying a stock is it's like climbing to the top of a tall building. The higher you climb and jump off, the more dangerous it gets. Like, you don't go up higher and it's like, oh, that's better. You have more potential energy to come down to reality. People don't understand that there is a reality with stock prices. There is a amount that a stock is worth, and that's based on what the business is producing. So if you were to go buy some Joe's Crab Shack, which I've said Joe's Crab Shack a lot on this channel, maybe I should use a different business. Let's say Mama Santori's Italian restaurant, because that's a secret shop I'm thinking about doing. If you were to go buy that restaurant, you would want to make your money back before you die. You'd want to make your money back in a reasonable amount of time. So you would basically want to buy that at a price that's selling at, say, 5 times earnings or 7 times earnings or 10 times earnings maybe, so that you can make your money back in those 5, 7, or 10 years. Right now what we're seeing is just complete disconnect from that, and we're just saying, well, we're going to go with the greater fool theory, which is essentially, if I buy it here, some idiot's going to buy it for higher after me, which is not sustainable. Somebody's going to get caught holding the hot potato, and somebody is going to get burned. Number 6 sign that we are in a bubble is that no one is talking about cash flow, present earnings, and only momentum and future earnings. So everybody is talking about just stocks only go up. They're talking about technical analysis. They're not talking about valuations. They're not talking about how much does this company make. They're not talking about anything besides how much do we think this company can make and how much do we think somebody will buy it for. So as soon as you see places like CNBC or these really hyped up channels saying, oh, stocks are going to the moon, or as soon as you see just an asset bubble where things just stop making sense. Right now, the PE of the S&P 500 is about 29, which doesn't make any sense. Historically, that is extremely high. The only times that I could find that were higher were the dot-com bubble and 2008, right before the crash. Number 7 sign that we are in a bubble is that prices are becoming more irrational does not mean that you made a good investment. So just because you buy something and sell something for a higher price does not mean you made a good investment. It just means that somebody made a worse investment than you made. And the last one, number 8, I said kiss of death. So number 8, and the last thing before we get into the portfolio and what I've done with it is, it's the kiss of death when seasoned investors are being ignored, they're being insulted, they're being made fun of in the public. You saw these people come out against Warren Buffett for shaving some of his positions and taking some loss and picking up certain companies that aren't these high growth companies. As soon as you see people who are proven in the game selling their positions, you see institutional investors, billionaires, multimillionaires going cash heavy. You see them piling up more cash and everybody else is like, oh, these guys are idiots. That's when you know you're in a bubble. That's when you know that it's probably getting close to the top and it might be about time to sell out of your shares. So let's go pop over into this M1 Finance pie really quick, and I'm going to turn on screen record and we'll see what we did in the portfolio. All right. So as we can see here, I have made a new account. It's called Real Estate Savings Account. It's basically just a conservative portfolio. It's got a lot of bonds in it. The reason why it's got a lot of bonds in it, like, why are you shifting to bonds? The reason why I have a lot of bonds in this portfolio is because, for one, I'm going to use this M1 Finance pie as a savings account for real estate, which I will buy after an undefined amount of time. So I don't really have a time horizon for buying real estate. And secondly, it is because I'm basically shifting with these short-term bonds here. I'm shifting into essentially cash equivalents. So this is as close to cash as you can get without being invested, without being uninvested. So we got some 15% ultra short-term bonds. I got 15% gold, which hopefully if inflation kicks in, once Jerome Powell gets his printer going a little bit harder, hopefully that gold will go up for me. Stocks will probably come down back to reality shortly here, but I just wanted to make sure I got this video out. It's right before going to work. And I'm going 10% long-term bonds. So I shaved down my long bonds from 30% down to 10%, because the reason why I shaved those down is because interest rate risk. So if you guys want to know about interest rate risk in bonds, go ahead and watch my video, What is a Bond? That was one of my worst performing videos, but I feel like that video had the most to learn in it. All right, we got 10% 3 to 7 year treasuries. So those are intermediate term bonds. The reason why I have 10% kind of shaved those down is because I didn't want to have as much interest rate risk, which once again, go watch that video about bonds and you will learn a lot about stocks through learning about bonds. And let's see, the rest of it is 7% silver, 7% commodities, which once again, those are hedges against inflation. Berkshire Hathaway 3%, which I think that Berkshire Hathaway will do very well in a recession. They've got a lot of cash and they've got a very conservative investment philosophy. And then the rest, I went with big tech. So 3% Alphabet, 3% Facebook, 3% Amazon, 3% Visa, 3% Tesla, 3% Microsoft, 3% Apple, 2% Walmart, 2% Starbucks, 2% Costco. So we're starting to get into some proven companies here. Value plays, Disney 2%, Adobe 2%, and Waste Management 2%. So the reason why I picked all the stocks that I picked, look, it wasn't that deep for me. I said, all right, I cannot touch this money until I'm 60. I'm 59 and a half. So which companies would I be surprised if they weren't around and weren't still growing when I'm 59 and a half? So because this is a long-term, very long-term horizon account, and this is a very long time horizon hold for me, because I have to hold it until I'm 59 and a half to take it out, the gains anyways. I just chose companies, I didn't really think about valuation as much as I will in my individual taxable accounts. And I just said, I'm going to put these to work for me. And I did not explain very well earlier why I went to bonds and in my real estate savings account, as I'm calling it. And that is because I want it to be a little bit more stable, for one. And also within this Roth IRA, you won't get charged for interest payments. So the reason why I put the bonds within a Roth IRA is so that I can save on taxes, because I do want to hold bonds, and if I'm going to hold bonds, I might as well hold them within a Roth IRA. So basically, to sum up this entire video, what I'm doing is I am going a lot more conservative while these crazy valuations are running amok. I'm going to be shifting into more value plays. Right now I'm looking at a company, Intel. You guys probably heard of it. You're probably using one of their chips right now if you're on a desktop. So I'm looking for cash flow. I'm going to be trying to look for value. Hopefully we still get a lot of correction coming up here. So I hope you guys like this video. Hopefully you guys are going to weather the storm, because look, if you guys want to be entertained, go to your finance YouTuber, your favorite finance YouTuber, go back to the last time the stock market crashed, see what they were saying. If you look at my videos, I was very calm. I was still buying. If you look at hopefully what I think this will be the top, I will be very calm. I will be selling, and I'm kind of trading risky positions and planning on buying again. So I think things are about to get really ugly, but if you are willing to keep your head on your shoulders and keep buying and have that owner mentality where you want to own these businesses, you want to have cash flow in your life, this is going to go very well for you. So people who it won't go very well for, people who are going to panic sell, people who are going to be short-term traders, people who don't understand the value of owning businesses, people who don't have faith in American enterprise and just owning businesses and being an owner of stocks and real estate. So hopefully you guys like this video. Make sure you guys join this Facebook group that I'm starting for millionaires, and I'll see you guys in the next video.